Hi guys, the next Coolify service that we're going to be self-hosting is called Nexus. Nexus is kind of like JFrog's Artifactory, and if you don't know what that is, it's a way to host your private NPM packages, but not just for NPM. It could be also for NuGet or Maven. And if you're not familiar with those, that's all right. The point is that you would be able to have your private NPM storage for your packages. And so this is mainly useful for organizations, but maybe there's some other use cases that I haven't thought about. So once we have self-hosted it, it will look like this. We will have our repositories here, and we can add a new repository like NPM, but these are the ones that come out of the box. But I will show you how you would add another one. And so without further ado, let's get right into it. We're going to go into Coolify, and in the projects tab, we're going to hit the add button, and we're going to call it Nexus. Call it whatever you like, obviously. Hit the production environment, click on add a new resource, and then search for Nexus. And here I'm going to choose Nexus ARM, and the reason why is because my server's architecture is ARM. So if you don't know what your server architecture is, then try and find out first. If you're self-hosting it, you should already know what your architecture is because you would have had to choose it when you selected your server. So AMD, choose this one, and ARM, choose this one. So we're going to choose this one, and crucially here, you see the default credentials is saying admin and admin123. Just keep that in mind. We will need to use that later. So let's click on Nexus ARM in my case. It might be Nexus. Select the server where you want to host it on, and now we are almost done. We're going to go ahead and hit deploy. But if you wanted to change the URL here, you can do that. You can shorten it to just Nexus, but I'm just going to leave it like this. And so we are going to hit deploy. So while that's deploying, and it's actually already started, let's look at the directions. So we need to sign in with the user admin and the password admin123, and then we'll be able to change the password. And after that, we actually have to delete a line from the Docker Compose file and then restart the service. So let me show you how that works. Let's make sure that our service is running, and let's wait first for it to be healthy before we visit the URL. So now that our service is healthy, I'm going to copy the URL here and open it up in a new tab. And so now we are almost done with the setup. So the first thing we need to do is hit sign in. And here we're going to sign in with the admin credentials, admin, and then admin123. And now we're greeted with this setup. So let's just go through the 3 steps. So the first one, we need to select whether or not we want to enable anonymous access or disable it. I don't really care because this is just for the tutorial. So I'm going to hit enable anonymous access. But if you didn't want people to be able to download from your repository, which is most likely the purpose of doing this in the first place, then you would want to select disable anonymous access. So then we're going to hit finish, and we are pretty much done. The first thing that you're going to want to do, though, is change the password. So go into click on admin, and then enter in admin123 and enter in a new password, and then hit change password. And now there's one more thing we have to do, and that is to remove this line that's in the Docker Compose file. So let's do that. Here it is. Let's get rid of that, hit save, and now we're going to hit stop on the container, or you could have just done restart. I'm going to hit stop and then deploy. Looks like our container has started. Let's close this window and just wait for it to be healthy. So now that our service is healthy, let's go ahead and copy. Well, actually, we don't need to do that because I have the tab open here. I'm just going to refresh. And now we are going to sign in with our new credentials. There we go. And that's it. We have successfully self-hosted Nexus. I just hit this to get back to the welcome screen. And so now the last bit that I said I was going to do is to show you how to create a repository. So hit the settings icon, and then in the repositories here, we're going to click that and then hit this button, create repository. And here we can select a whole bunch of different repositories. So NPM being one of them. So this is where you can create your NPM repository. And that's going to be it for this video. We have successfully self-hosted Nexus. Thankfully, the process is straightforward. So with that, I will see you in the next video.